You're probably wondering why I'm making all these flower bouquets, aren't you? They are consolation prizes, so to speak, for everyone who didn't get their way in the mayoral election. In case you don't know, and of course you don't because you're a garden gnome, my prediction that one of the candidates would wind up dead didn't come true, and not only did Von Hinton survive the attempt on her life roughly 2 weeks ago, she was also re-elected. Seems like the citizens of Windberg still have some common sense left after all. Today I'm going to visit all the people that I know voted Prudence Lacra and laugh at them, starting with the bells. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? You don't have to say anything. My children didn't have much to say either. Wilbica would rather travel to Brindleton Bay to celebrate past exams with her fellow academics, and the devil only knows what Tiamo is up to again, probably looking for a summer fling because his birthday is around the corner and he hates being alone on his birthday. How many flings did you have going on while we were married? Never mind, don't answer that. I should go now.
Just as I thought, you really are Lorenzo. I have a message for you.
Serena, there's people waiting for you outside.
I can't shake the feeling that this is a trap. They threw Serena's brother out of his monastery, boldly claiming that it's theirs now. Doesn't it seem like they were practically asking for someone to come investigate?
We still have magic on our side that they're powerless against. Do you know why witch hunters prefer to attack out of the blue? Because the element of surprise is the only trump card they have against witches, vampires, and whatever Serena is. And this time, I won't be foolish enough to eat or drink anything in their presence.
And you really don't want to involve your family, or someone from the magic realm?
No, this is part of my job, I can handle it. And it's also personal.
The pharmacy is closed today, and Beryl said she might go to the Bells after school, but she knows that she's supposed to be home before dark. If not,
Then I'll go pick her up. Yes, you already told me that 5 minutes ago. Is everything all right? You seem nervous.
no, just testing your memory. Speaking of which, please remember to lower the toilet seat after peeing. I realize that may not have been a priority in a monastery full of penis people, but as long as you're living under my roof, it is.
Yes, boss. Where are you going again?
Shopping.
There you are. Stelmaria and I just established the best route to the monastery. Which way is the Magnolia Promenade bus stop?
We don't need the bus, I know exactly where to go. Didn't anybody bring a car?
I don't have a car. They're not needed where I'm from. We have brooms and portals and teleportation, that kind of thing.
Yeah, same here. I usually fly everywhere as a bat.
Alright, guess that's better for the environment anyway. The bus stop is that way. Why is that owl following us?
That's my familiar, Andromeda. She will protect us.
Remember the last time we visited Dead Grass Isle, Finn? You could barely even walk, and now you're coming here to celebrate another successful semester. Feeling old yet?
Older and wiser. A few days ago, I was just a confused 22-year-old university student hoping to pass his exams, but now, at 23, I'm beginning to view things in an entirely different light. As Niccolò Machiavelli once said, the more sand has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see through it.
Machiavelli. I thought it was Jean-Paul Sartre who said that.
You're both wrong, but let's not delve into that. I once had to attend a court hearing involving that very quote and two nutcases who almost beat each other to death over its true origin. One of the things I definitely don't miss from my own time at university.
Then let's stop talking about university altogether. The semester break has just begun after all. We should go swimming.
Nah, not here. The water is still a little too cold.
I don't get cold.
What do you mean by that?
Finn and Esper, why don't you go ahead? I'd like to show Nate a place not far from here where he could take some great photos.
But I want to see those photos afterwards.
Sure. Anything you want, honey.
So Esperanza still doesn't know that you're a vampire. Don't you think it's about time to tell her?
You're starting to sound like your brother, and Charmaine, and pretty much everybody else I ever talked to about my girlfriend.
If everybody is telling you the same thing, it might be worth considering.
So when are you going to tell Finn that you're a witch?
Don't confuse apples with peaches, Lord of the App Leeches. Finn and I aren't a couple. We're not the ones looking for a house in Windenburg to move in together. If you're still planning on turning Esper, you better do so with her consent, and for that, she needs to know the truth.
I never said I was going to turn her. I wouldn't even know how.
Think about the future, Nate. And that quote from Sartre, or Machiavelli, or whoever. You may be too young to see it now, and you'll stay young forever, but she won't, and before you know it, she'll be gone.
You say that like she's an old woman on her deathbed. We still have a few decades ahead of us before we need to start worrying about her age.
Except age isn't the only thing to worry about. There could always be a calamity of some sort that you don't even see coming.
The girl is speaking the truth, a bitter lesson that I've had to learn several times. Sometimes our loved ones die quickly, unexpectedly. If I heard you right, you are a vampire?
Who's asking?
Noel Frost, son of Father Winter, and
the serial killer of familiars. Yes, your reputation precedes you. Did you come here to bury yet another one of those unlucky creatures that had the misfortune of ending up on your experimentation table?
What a nasty thing to say. But no, my little kitten died of natural causes, by absorbing an electric shock that would have killed me while I was trying to repair my TV. A sad death, but still a good death for a familiar. That's their purpose after all, protecting their witch. And now excuse me, I have to turn him into an ice statue to stop his body from decaying, or else I can't add him to my collection.
Could this actually be the Cemetery of Familiars? I've heard a lot about it, but never set foot on it before.
Doesn't seem like you've been missing out. It's just a place to bury dead pets apparently.
It's also the place where my father met the ageless sage after witch hunters murdered his parents.
That's not so great.
And these were the top 5 reasons why God's flaming sword never stood a chance in the election. Good to know that nobody in this room was foolish enough to waste their vote on her, am I right?
Well.
Oh, but you're friends, aren't you? Don't blame yourself, it's not your fault. I'm sure you did everything in your power to convince your friend not to run against Von Hinton in the first place, but she wouldn't listen. All you can do now is be there for her while she's ripping out her own hair in shame, knowing full well that she can never show her face in public again.
Yeah, right. Excuse me, Mrs. Mammini, but were we supposed to meet? Because I can't remember inviting you over.
You didn't. I invited myself to spend some quality time with my good friends and neighbors. And by the way, congratulations on your renewed Studio Donna membership, Evelyn. That's at least one thing Miss Lacroix is good at, commanding an army of embittered, misguided women that I wouldn't wish to be associated with if I were you, but whatever floats your boat.
Thanks, I guess. Some of my own paintings will be featured at the auction next week.
And Erin, what are your plans for next week? Does Mayor von Hinton still need police protection, or is it safe to assume that there won't be any more attempts on her life now that your wife's best friend is officially out of the picture?
I don't have time for this.
Did I say something wrong?
You couldn't have known, but Aaron's job is a bit of a sore spot at the moment. His partner recently disappeared without a trace, and there's evidence that he might have been involved in a crime.
Are you out of your mind? You're not supposed to talk about this.
Oops.
I'm sure you two have important stuff to discuss. I'll see myself out. Hey Rainbow Hair, how was school? You might want to go back, because your parents aren't in the best mood at the moment.
What else is new? They've been arguing a lot lately, about every little thing.
Yeah, but this time, that little thing is most likely my mistress.
You think?
Think what?
Not you. I was talking to bitch.
Really? How?
I can sort of hear her thoughts, and sometimes also those of other people. That's how I usually find out that my parents have been arguing, and about what, because they would never tell me anything. Probably another gift from the wishing well, because it started shortly after I had my first vision of the future.
Makes sense. Clairvoyance doesn't just let you see the future, but also other things that are normally hidden, such as people's thoughts and emotions. That's great. Can you tell me what bitch is thinking now?
Seriously?
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
No, I mean that's what she's thinking. She's wondering if you're planning on using me as a mental translator of sorts from now on.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. But not today. Come bitch, we have a few more people to mock for their poor judgment in the mayoral election.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are we that Crispin Henley is really in there?
My brother is friends with Evelyn Bell, whose husband was Crispin's partner at work, and she let it slip that, after he disappeared off the face of the earth, other cops went through his belongings and found evidence linking him to the Children of the Sun, the very witch hunters who are besieging the monastery.
And the same ones that killed your paternal grandparents, according to the High Priestess. Whether Crispin is with them or not, we'll be doing the magic community a huge favor by getting rid of them.
Then let's go.
What are you doing?
Keeping myself hydrated. That thunderstorm I summoned to scare Crispin away. I only have access to those powers when I'm in touch with water.
Interesting.
Who is running this organization?
Intruder. We have an intruder.
More than one actually, and guess what? They want us to surrender to the police.
That's what she wants. I hope you fight back, anything to give me a valid reason for hurting you, because apparently our time together at the police station didn't teach you not to piss me off. How did you end up in the Witch Hunter Club anyway?
I'll tell you everything you need to know, but before that, I'd love to see how you're planning on hurting me.
How is that possible?
Ever heard of magic-resistant technology?
Too bad it doesn't protect you from your environment. So the point still stands. Give up now, all of you, or I might just test your magic resistance against a collapsing ceiling.
They seem to have everything under control here.
Hi there.
You. I've been hoping we'd meet again. Remember me, Sven Dottie, the little boy you traumatized for life? It's been 36 years, but I'll never forget the day you strutted into my apartment building dressed like an angel and murdered my neighbors, the Rossoyas.
36 years, you say? Excuse me, how old do you think I am?
Even if it wasn't you personally, it was someone like you for sure. Our superior warned us about your kind, and I studied you enough to know that you're all monsters.
Andromeda. You.
Heart of Sulani, blessed be, grant us the protection of the cleansing sea. Now that that's been settled, we'd like to talk to your aforementioned superior.
Whoever they are, they're not here at the moment. Neither is anybody else. It's just those two pathetic motherfuckers against the three of us. I say we remove them from the monastery and give it back to the monks.
Didn't you get the memo? Your magic doesn't work on us.
I don't need magic to sink my teeth into your throat and suck you dry. Care to find out?
Okay, no need to overreact. We're leaving. Come on, Sven.
You're not getting away that easily after you killed my familiar.
It's okay, Stelmaria, let them go. The one you really want is not here.
Okay then.
Don't you ever get tired of swinging? I would be throwing up by now.
Nope. But I do get tired of fresh couples quickly, so I'd rather stay away from those two. I witnessed enough of their flirting firsthand back on our camping trip in Granite Falls.
Oh god, I can totally relate. My brother isn't the type for long-term relationships, but even his one-night stands can get quite distracting, on the rare occasions that he decides to bring them home.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for Nate that he's finally found himself a girlfriend again, but I don't need it rubbed in my face all the time, because not everybody is as lucky with women.
Don't fuck with me, how could you possibly have trouble on that front? You're so cute.
What?
I mean, no. You're not a walking stereotype, you know. You're in Foxbury's football team, but not a bully. Unlike most jocks, you make scented candles rather than playing video games all day. You treat everyone with kindness and respect, regardless of their looks, gender or age. I thought women your age would appreciate all those things, that's all I'm saying.
Not really. More often than not, they just make women think I'm gay. Do you think it might increase my chances if I became a vampire too?
Like who?
What's going on, Nate? You've been acting so serious the entire time. Are you feeling ill?
No. But there's something I need to tell you.
The redhead over there must be the vampire that Evelyn was talking about. And the girl by the swing, that's Wilbica Mammini.
Is this really necessary? I hate witches just as much as any sensible person, but the thought of killing a child.
We didn't come to kill her, at least not yet. We want her alive, and the rest of her family as well, to draw Lorenzo out of hiding, and as long as she doesn't resist, there's no need for violence at all. Sven, you're with me. Bobo, eliminate the vampire.
What about the woman by his side?
That so-called woman is really a man in a dress who once tried to sneak into Studio Donna. Not exactly a witch, but just as guilty of defying the laws of nature. Do as you please with him.
Oh, you mean the Twilight vampires? Yeah, well, hate to break it to you, but a sparkling bloodsucker with rock-hard skin isn't exactly every woman's dream either.
But it's such a fun concept. If you could choose your boyfriend from any supernatural species you can think of, what would he be? A werewolf? An elf? Oh no, let me guess. A troll.
Certainly not.
I would suggest an ordinary human. Supernatural creatures are nothing but a bad influence on young people, or anyone really.
Miss LaCroix. What a surprise.
Weren't you the opposing candidate in Windenburg's last mayoral election?
If that's all I'm ever going to be remembered for from now on, then yes. Anyway, Wilbica, care to join me on my little stroll through the forest over there? There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
I can't imagine what that could possibly be.
Nate?
Don't move.
That doesn't apply to you, little witch. Come with us, and your friend here won't be harmed.
Of course my victory march was a complete success. What else did you expect? I shamed everyone for making the wrong choice in the mayoral election, and now I'm shaming Grande, who can't win a single chess match against me.
Because she's cheating, as usual.
Good to know you're not bored, because I'm not coming home anytime soon.
I take it your date is going well then?
Very much so. Oh, and Wilbica told me earlier today that she's going to extend her stay in Brindleton Bay for a few days. Her mobile reception was pretty bad though, so don't even bother calling her. She'll want some privacy with Finn anyway, if you take my meaning.
You're both adults, you can do whatever you want, as long as you don't dishonor me by donating to any charities, understood? Bye for now.
What's wrong, Stelmaria? You don't look like someone who just achieved a great victory. Perhaps you should take a page from my mother's book.
My familiar didn't live to tell the tale, unfortunately. And I can't help it, something feels off about this. Getting the monastery back was a little too easy in the end.
No, it's just that we were expecting a trap where there was none. Those witch hunters got smug after taking over the monastery, they weren't prepared for us coming by and taking it back. We overestimated them. It's as simple as that.
You weren't so confident earlier. Whatever, I'm glad that Serena's brother can return home now. Even though we didn't catch Crispin, that alone is a reason to celebrate.
What kind of celebration did you have in mind?
Not that kind. I'm thankful for your help in this matter, Tiamo, but that doesn't mean we're friends again.
Who said anything about being friends? I only care about one thing, and that doesn't necessarily involve any personal feelings at all.
And you know very well that I do not care about this particular thing.
Come on, be nice.
Stop it.
Unbelievable. Just when I thought for a second that I might have been wrong about you, you show your true colors. Get out of here, you dirty pervert, and don't ever come near us again, or I'll show you just how much water can hurt.
As you wish, party poopers. You're the ones missing out, not me.
I trapped him in the illusion of his worst nightmare. He's not getting up anytime soon. Time for the next step.
I don't know about this. The very reason we hunt magic users is because of how dangerous and unpredictable magic is, and now we're supposed to use it ourselves? Do we even know where this thing comes from and how it works?
It's a Salvadorian skinwalker relic, like the one Mischief used to turn me into a ghost and give an actual ghost her body back. She had stolen it from the Museum of Haunted History, so I went there myself afterwards and got one for us, just in case. And since I've seen it in action, I can confirm that it will work. Do it. I'm not afraid.
Oh look, I got bigger.
This is impressive. Evil, like Call Magic, but still impressive.
Yes, Prudence. Once you're done peeing your pants in excitement, go to Brindleton Bay and get the girl. I'll go back to keeping an eye on the mother.